petroglyphs, pictographs, paintings, sculptures. Long ago, all art styles began in the Paleolithic Age, from cave paintings in Spain to rock art in ancient Iberia. Of course, it impacted art forms following it, but everything changed. Now, it doesn't play as much of a role in later eras. Millions of years passed and many don't really seem that interested in art from the Paleolithic Age. So, let's skip ahead in time to some of the more prominent Spanish art movements that still impact art in today's time. Let's begin with the Gothic period. No, it's not the same as Goth we know about now. Spanish Gothic art was formed after the Romanesque era. Painting and sculpture styles were influenced by Italian artists. The movement is characterized by being one of the two great international eras that were able to flourish in areas of Europe in the Middle Ages. The age lasted about 4 centuries. The art style was greatly represented by architecture and sculptures. Let's move right along to the Golden Age. The Golden Age is considered the high point in Spain's literary history. El Greco, for example, was an atypical painter who developed his own form of art known as the Mannerist style. The style accentuated asymmetrical details, forming works of extraordinary sophistication. Now, let's discuss a couple of the most well-known Spanish artists in the 20th century. One of the major artists that revolutionized modern art was Pablo Picasso. Picasso developed his style that became known as Cubism. Art in such a style depicts a piece that looks like it had been created, cut up, and put back together in an abstracted form. The purpose? The idea behind it was to portray the artwork in multiple perspectives, to indicate that the theme is of significant context. Picasso's most famous work is Guernica. The work aimed to display the response to the bombing of the village Guernica during the Spanish Civil War. Like Picasso, Salvador Dali too introduced the world to a new art form known as Surrealism. What is Surrealism exactly? It was an art movement that depicted illogical realms with the inclusion of strange creatures with the use of everyday items. This technique allowed the viewer's senseless mind to assert itself. Salvador Dali's most famous painting is The Persistence of Memory. The piece became a senseless symbol of the relativity of space and time. Such masterpieces throughout Spanish history have greatly influenced art in modern societies. Although many have been forgotten, there are a few movements and works that the world will always remember.